Hello, I am back with another rant video, and this time I wanted to talk about something that I think is very important, but I don't think I've seen anyone talk about. These dandruff commercials and how they fool people into thinking they have dandruff. I remember back when I noticed that there were these small white flakes and my scalp were itchy, stuff like that, and people would naturally say that that's dandruff. If you got small flakes falling down from your scalp, you got dandruff. Watching commercials for dandruff shampoo, that's exactly what it looked like. They showed these small flakes. Problem is that's not dandruff. And I remember thinking about it even as a child. I was like, but these dandruff shampoos don't work any better than normal shampoos. My skin starts to flake no matter which shampoo I use at the exact same time. And then people said, well, it gets worse before it gets better, which was like, no, I don't think. And then I started researching it more because, as I said, these dandruff shampoos didn't work on me, so I just used other shampoos. And then I dug more and more into it, and I found someone had posted a blog post about it, and then it was like, so that's it. I searched up the difference between having dandruff and having a dry scalp, because they're different things. Even today I see people talking about, oh, I've got a dry scalp, so I use dandruff shampoo. Please don't. If you have a dry scalp, please don't use dandruff shampoo. It will do the exact opposite of what you want. It won't be more effective than any other shampoo, but it might damage your scalp in the process instead, because dandruff shampoo tends to dry out your scalp, and if you've got a dry scalp, it will make it even worse. This article I found that, came as a whoa to me. It was in Swedish, but however I searched for it and I found a similar article in English, so I'm going to link that down below because it goes through what's the difference. I kind of want to raise awareness for this because I feel like there's a lot of people. I even read somewhere that the most popular shampoo in Sweden is Head and Shoulders, and I'm like, no. Because as you might know, in Sweden we have it quite cold during the winter, dry air, and so that makes your skin very dry. And then people, if the rest of your skin is dry, why wouldn't it be the same thing with your scalp? Let me just read from this article, simple comparison. So, if you got oily large flakes that are yellow or white, they're stuck to your scalp, they're like big oily flakes, that's dandruff. If you got smaller dry flakes, if you do like this and they're like raining down, that's a dry scalp. That's not dandruff, but that's usually what they show in dandruff commercials, these small white flakes, not these big oily yellow clumps. If you got an itchy scalp, yeah, it can be dandruff, but it can also be a dry scalp. Oily, red, scaly skin, that's dandruff. Dry skin on other parts of your body, it's a dry scalp. So, is your skin itchy in other places? Do you usually moisturize your skin when you get out of the shower? I always do that. Yeah, then your scalp probably needs the same moisture. So when I found this out, the first thing I did was check out what can you do for a dry scalp. And simply put, you should moisturize your scalp. However, it's hard to do with, a normal moisturizer, because then it will be just greasy and oily here. But there are products adapted specifically for your scalp. what I would recommend you to do if you think it's not dandruff but a dry scalp is to go to your local pharmacy. Usually pharmacists, the people that work there, are a little bit more knowledgeable about these things. It's also like not heavily perfumed things, and they're usually more vetted. Now this can be different in different countries, but in Sweden they're usually more vetted, these products, so they have to do what what it promises to do. They can't have like any ridiculous claims. It literally has to say moisturizes your skin, and then it moisturizes your skin. It can only be proven things on these labels. There are shampoos for a dry scalp, however I know that might vary with different types of people. If you like for me example, I have a very easily managed hair. It's thick and it's grown very long. It's not hard for me to manage, but there can be people who need special products for their hair. So I'm not trying to tell you to use like a special product for your hair, because this is all about your scalp, not your hair. So what I would recommend is find, I can show you what I use. This, I don't know if this is available in other countries. This might be like, this is from like the pharmacy that is government owned here in Sweden, so it might just be available here in Sweden. It's their own brand, which is one of the things I would recommend, is buying the own pharmacy's brand, because it's usually cheaper but the same quality as the more expensive brands. It's like, now this is in Swedish, but it says hair scalp gel. If I do it like this, you can hear it's almost as thin as water. So it doesn't make your hair like oily or anything. As you can see, my hair is just like normal newly washed hair. But I have used it today. However, since I started to use this, it was like, again, this is not a commercial for this brand. Buy whichever brand you want. Just make sure it's for your scalp. So you take it like, what I do like is when they have like this long, because then it's easy to get right into the scalp in the areas. So I just use it like this. I do like these streaks, you know, in the scalp, and then I do it in the back of the head as well, and then I just massage it in after I've showered. Now my hair is all like, ooh. Yeah, I feel like I'm cramming in a lot of information in a short period of time. But I feel very passionate about this, because I feel like a lot of people is abusing their scalp without knowing it, and they're making the situation worse. As I said, dandruff shampoos often has substances or like ingredients in them that make your scalp even drier. Because again, dandruff shampoos aren't meant to treat a dry scalp, they're meant to treat dandruff, which is a completely different thing. So again, no matter which hair product you use, you can always use one of these gels, because this is specifically only for your scalp. For example, is your hair more itchy in drier climates, in colder, for example during the winter than during the summer? Oof, yeah, very high likeliness it's a dry scalp. I don't know where you live. You might not live in a I live in a country where there is 4 seasons, so there's a big difference between summer and winter here. It might not be the same where you live. So yeah, it makes me sad when I know that there are so many people out there using dandruff shampoos and actually damaging their scalps because they think they have dandruff when they just got a dry scalp, so they just need a little bit of moisture. I mean, after I started using this, the itches went away. If your scalp starts to itch after 1 or 2 days, or like, because usually when you wash with, for example, dandruff shampoo or any shampoo, the itch goes away. for a day or 2 or 3, yeah, and then it comes back. And then you think, well, then I need to wash my hair again. Moisturize your scalp. Moisturize your scalp. Be kind to your scalp. Again, you could have dandruff, but if you're not completely 100% sure it's dandruff, oh, you might have a dry scalp. Again, the itching went away when I started with this. There was such a huge difference. Because back then it would start to itch after 1 or 2 days not washing my scalp, and now it doesn't. And it's so nice. By the way, you don't need to buy the fancy products here. You don't need it to be perfumed or anything. Like if you find a cheap alternative at your pharmacy, like go for that. You don't need like the highest, fanciest stuff. And again, I do recommend going to a pharmacy, not to the expensive shops that have like fully perfumed and fancy smelling products. Be kind to your scalp. You don't need to buy perfumed stuff. You just need to buy something that works. That is all. Be kind to your scalp. And again, I'm linking the article down below so you can go through. It explains more in detail what is the difference. But I just wanted to get like the word out there that don't believe these commercials. Just be sure that if you're using dandruff shampoo, you actually have dandruff. Be kind to your scalp. Yeah. So that was today's rant. Their week's rant. Yeah. Oh, okay. I do hope I helped someone, because to me, when I found this out, it was like a light bulb going off in my head. I was like, yes! And then it also made me like sad, because I know there's so many people out there who don't know this and they're damaging their scalp every time they're washing their hair. So I thought I'd take this opportunity, since I now have a rant series, to inform those people, and hopefully I can help someone with their itchy scalp. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. Bye!